Hey there. So I wanted to do a quick review on this item that I bought off of GearBest. This is a 1:2 HDMI splitter. So this will take one HDMI signal and split it into two, which is very useful for me because I have a computer set up with Kodi that feeds into my receiver. And I have a TV and I have a projector. And unfortunately, my receiver only has one HDMI out. So I was looking for a solution. I did various things with getting one feed from the computer and into the receiver and one into the TV, but I just wasn't really happy with any of the other solutions that I found. So I bought this off of GearBest, and this was like $5 or $6, and I'll post a link to it. As you can see, it's pretty generic. It doesn't really say anything. It just says, you know, HDMI, high definition multimedia interface. That's pretty much it. You don't get a brand name. You don't get anything. There's nothing really distinguishing on the package. But I have already taken this out of the package and tested it. And so I'll tell you all about that in a second while I get this out of the package. So here it is out of the package. As you can see, it just, I don't know if I can get some light on that. HDMI, what does it say? HDMI high definition multimedia interface splitter. Yeah, that's the only kind of real labeling or anything you have on it. Got a standard USB cable. Get this out of the way. On this side, you've got your HDMI in, and you've got a little LED there. That lights up red to tell you, I guess, power is going to it, or you've got a flow going to it, or whatever. And then you've got your charging port through micro USB. That's very important. We'll get to that in a second. And then you've got two HDMI outs. You've got other little LEDs. Yeah, you've got three LEDs on it. You know, hey, what do you want? I guess it's useful. I guess if you're gonna, you know, if you want to see what's going on behind the TV, if you're having issues with the signal or whatever, and you're like, hey, is that thing that I bought working? And then you can look and see, well, it's got a light on, so I suppose it is. I don't know how useful they are really, but you know, it's kind of nice they're there, I guess, sort of. Anyways, so I gave this a try, and this does not work at all unless you have this USB port charging it. If it's unpowered, it won't work at all. And that's a complaint that I hear about a lot of these HDMI splitters that people will buy off of eBay or they'll buy off of Amazon or whatever. If they're unpowered, they won't work worth crap. It's just a fact of life. The digital signal is just too attenuated. It doesn't do well when you're splitting it. You know, it's supposed to be the strength that it is, and if it's not high enough signal, it's just not going to be detected. You're not going to get any video output. So this is really nice that it does come with this cable. I guess it does not come with the charger, but for $6, you know, what the hell do you want? I've got a bunch of extra chargers at home, but what I was hoping was, and I was correct in this, what I was hoping is that I could just power this off of a USB port on my computer, and it turned out that that was totally the case. So I have a computer running Kodi, and you know, and then along with my Apple TV and my cable box and yada yada. So basically, all I did was I plugged this into the back of my computer. I plugged this into the box, and then I plugged the HDMI ports in, and it worked perfectly. Worked like a charm. Image quality was great. No complaints whatsoever. And this even worked when my computer was asleep. I haven't tried it when the computer was totally shut down. I don't think it would work when the computer is totally shut down because the motherboard that I have doesn't have a. That's not a feature. Some motherboards have that as a feature. They'll have a USB port that works even when the computer is completely shut down. But it does work when the computer's asleep or in hibernate mode. So even when the computer is asleep or hibernated, this will still be powering this port. And this box will continue to work and continue to split my signal just fine. So if I want to use my Apple TV box and put the computer to sleep, put the computer to bed, this will continue to do its job just fine. So that's awesome because I have that computer there and that port right there as a result, and so this is working great. All you need is a little 6-inch cable going out from the receiver, or at least for me. Your application might differ, I guess, but all you need is a little 6-inch HDMI cable going from here to the receiver, and then One goes to my, in these ports, one goes to my TV and one goes to my projector. And it works like a charm. So for $5, $6, I see these things go for like $20, $30, sometimes more. And this was $5 or $6. It got here pretty fast. I think it took about 2.5, 3 weeks to get here, which is not bad. I live on the West Coast, so I guess, you know, things get to me from China pretty quickly. But yeah, $5, $6. I'll post a link to it. Works awesome. Highly recommend it. Very happy with the purchase. It's teeny, it's tiny, it has 3 LEDs and it's powered, and it does exactly what it should do. Almost forgot, one thing that I haven't done is tested this with anything like 3D or 4K. I can tell you this works just fine with 1080i video. 3D, I can't stand. It gives me headaches. I don't like it, and I don't know why people think it's cool. It's gimmicky. It's non-immersive. It pulls me out of the film because there's always some cheesy effect where something like coming straight at the camera, and it pulls me right out of the moment of the movie, and I hate it. And it gives me headaches. So I don't do any 3D or stuff like that. But I don't know if this would work with 4K because I don't have any 4K. But I mean, this works fine with 1080i, and theoretically it should work with those things. It says it will work with 3D. I think it said it would work with 3D on the package somewhere. There was something that said it would work with 3D. Yeah, support full HD 3D, support up to 3840 by 2160 at 30 hertz. And who knows what its real capabilities are. I'm not going to take the time to test all that because I just use it at 720 or 1080 most of the time. And so I mean, it works just fine for my purposes. Support, you know, standard cable, input up to 12 meters, output up to 20 meters. The resolution is 4K. I guess the range is a little lower. 8 meters. That's 20 feet. It's a long way. That's you know, if you shouldn't have cable runs that long. You really shouldn't. You should be rethinking your system if you're doing cable runs that long. You should definitely be buying something that, you know, is better than a $6 part off of Gear Best. Anyways, I'm not testing the full range of capabilities on this thing. This is a simple application, and for that it works awesome. For $6, $5, whatever I paid for this, yeah, I don't think you can go wrong really. So yeah, there you have it. Awesome. Buy it. Gear Best. I'll include a link. Thanks, guys. Catch you later.